countdown has been going on beneath us. Grid looking good, red lights going on. A 50-minute race gets underway. It's a good start from the 2 on the front row, and an even better start from James Hazelhurst again from the second row. He's moved through into the lead race, but there's contact. That's Jason Wood, who's been speared into. Cars going either side of him, and Alan Dooley having a spin in avoidance at the back of the field as well. But it's Jason Wood who has come to a halt, the man who was on pole position there at the top of Paddock Hill Bend, and I don't think he's going to get going again. Meanwhile, the race goes on. James Hazelhurst is leading them as they come down the hill. Titch Kelsall is side by side with Finn Groom for second place. Jason Wood's car is finally moving out of the way, so I think we're going to be good to continue here, Paul.
Oh, that was a bit of a Constantino effect there. I think the contact there was Lee Scott. He had nowhere to go, and inadvertently gave Jason Wood a little tap there. Rather a bit too much excitement for my liking at the start of the race. But at the front there, we see that James Hazelhurst, he got second yesterday. He had that really good start off the middle of the second row of the grid. And Finn Groom is in hot pursuit with Neil Dudman.
And we've got the safety car, though, which has been scrambled. Even though the car has got out of the way, I imagine the decision to scramble the safety car was made before Jason Wood could get out of the way. He's continuing round, hopefully, to rejoin the race. If not, he'll go back to the pit lane. But we might just have one lap behind the safety car here.
Well, amazingly, I mean, apart from the tap and the spin, amazingly, I don't think he got contacted by many people, which is a huge relief. It's always always scaring when you go into that corner and you end up facing the wrong way. And all these cars, we saw that incident earlier with the Hondas. In the Honda race, you're sitting there like a sitting duck on a track, and your biggest fear is that someone's going to hit you. Now, this does give people a chance to catch up.
It does.
We're looking at someone possibly coming to the pits there. I'm just looking down the pit lane now. It is Jason Wood. I think he's ahead on the side of caution. Although the car's moving, he is pulled into the pits. Yeah. So, sadly, that looks like he's a race ender. He really had a bad start yesterday and was trying to improve on it. The front row of the grid is slightly uphill. It's so difficult to get off the line. And the second row has the advantage of getting a better exit from the start and going by, which we saw again today.
Yeah, Lee Scott was the winner yesterday. His first win in quite a while, wasn't he? He was pleased with that, I think.
Yes, he was. Yes, he's had a bit of a drought on them. Every time he comes out, he's always in the mix, but hasn't been on the top spot for a little while. So that was excellent to see him there yesterday.
So we're watching the cars. That one is the one you want, Paul. The car's going back towards us then as they...
at full speed.
Yeah, indeed. Safety cars pulled in. Green flags. There's a change of surface track now to the first post. I think possibly there might have been something dropped onto the circuit, but it's Hazelhurst. Groom getting up on 2 wheels there as he clipped the curb. He's gone wide on the exit as a result of that. That leaves the door open for Neil Dudman.
Well, of course, the safety car, that allowed Titch to actually get back with them, because these had definitely got away. And now Titch is back in the mix thanks to that safety car. Has found himself in third place, getting the inside line, trying to get on the inside of the XR2. But the XR2 of Finn Groom a little bit quicker around that corner.
Let's give some kudos to Jack Bradburn, because he's 5th. He started 14th on the grid.
Oh, there he is. I didn't even see that. Oh, what a fantastic... He had a wicked start there. Now, that was a fantastic start.
He obviously picked his way through all of that chaos as well, which is sometimes what you need to do, don't you? Just get a bit of luck on your side.
Yeah, sometimes Lady Luck is with you. He was quite pleased with his performance yesterday, but he's done a few setup changes, and they look like they're paying up. And we've got these 5 cars gently pulling away from the other lot.
Yep, over the line they go. So this is really the first flying lap they've completed. Hazelhurst with a 60.142 lap leads the way.
See, Finn Groom got a bit wiggly as he entered the Paddock Hill Bend there, but he's still managed to fend off Titch Kelsall, as Titch Kelsall has done a little bit of weave, trying to find a way past that Mark II Fiesta. But he's not going to pay it. Neil Dudman's back in the mix, Jack Bradburn, but they're definitely slightly getting away from the rest of the pack.
Certainly are, turning their way through Graham Hill Bend for the 4th time then in this race. The first 4 cars there, Dudman at the rear of that group. Bradburn trying to stick with them, then a gap back to Stuart Cleveley, number 44 in the XR2. He is 6th. 7th is Lee Scott, who was involved in that first corner skirmish, the winner of race 1 yesterday.
Oh, and Finn's got a better exit from Clearways. He's looking up the inside of that XR with that XR2, and he's slightly got ahead, but of course he's got to be bearing in mind that 205 has got better straight line speed, and so has the XR2 as they come to the outside, entering Paddock Hill Bend. But I know Finn, he's going to hold his line on the inside and try and make it very hard for that Kessel machine.
Stuart Place is up to 8th position as well, having started at the back of the grid in that new car for him this season, the 106. But look at this fight for the lead and fight for second place. Groom and Kelsall were side by side there. Hazelhurst in the green 205. That's a reshelled car for this season, isn't it? Just about holding on. And now Dudman trying to get an overlap on the Titch Kelsall car as well, as they all as one head down the Cooper Straight, with Jack Bradburn following in behind them as well in the red and white Fiesta XR2i.
It's good to see Jack Bradburn there. We were talking yesterday and he said his weak spot is Paddock Hill Bend. So if he can stay with these people and follow the lines, he can learn it. He's very new to circuits. He's been stadium racing and now he's on the circuits, and he said the hardest thing is actually to learn all these new tracks. So he's now in an excellent position to learn from these faster cars as the 205 and XR2 go side by side yet again, and with Titch Kelsall trying to get on the inside, but Neil Dudman's got on the inside of Titch Kelsall trying to take that third place away, and Finn has done it. And Titch is in the kitty litter, but he's back out again. And what a change. I can't keep up. Jack Bradburn trying to go up on the inside of the other XR2i. He's going to hold his place, but of course Titch will have the better line for the entry to the Cooper Straight.
Yes, great classics catch racing. This Finn Groom now has taken the lead then from Hazelhurst, who's gone down to second place. He was second in yesterday's results, of course. Third now is Dudman. Fourth is Kelsall. Jack Bradburn's lost out to Lee Scott in the background as well, so he's come through into 5th position. And can he catch these? He's about a second or so behind them, or he was at the start of this lap. It looks like it's less than that now, as they've been battling with one another.
Yeah, well, Lee Scott is a multiple champion, and this is his home circuit. He's very good round here. Now, Jack has got himself in a great position. If he wants to learn tracks, he can learn so much from Lee Scott.
Yeah, absolutely, in the same kind of car as well. Both of them in the XR2i. So, what better professor to have teach you?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't want to embarrass Lee by telling him how long he's been in the championship, but it's been a little while.
It has, and he's won lots of titles over the years. Now there is Kelsall and Dudman side by side. It was Dudman ahead at the start of the lap. He's still just about ahead now, but not for the want of trying on Kelsall's part.
Sorry, I was just grabbing the chair there. I started to panic a little bit. They were getting rather close, but this just shows you certain parts of the track favour certain marks of car. Now Finn is trying to hold his head. He's going to be fairly quick round this one. His problem area is the straight, so he has to take a really good exit off clearways to keep away from that Hazelhurst machine, as Titch is trying to look on the inside, but no, Neil Dudman has shut that door for him. You ain't going there, he says, mate, keeping the tighter line around the inside. So let's see how they enter the Paddock Hill Bend.
We're following the top 6 here, but a quick word for Jake Wood. He's 11th, so he was 15th yesterday in his first ever race, and he's going even better in this one.
Well, I mean, Jake Wood, he's 18 years old. He's the son of Jason Wood. He has literally grown up in the paddock as Jake Wood. This is his first ever meeting. What a fantastic showing from that young man.
Oh, what a fantastic show from Neil Dudman as well. He's around the outside of Hazelhurst at Druids to take second away. Now, can he cling on to this on the way down to Graham Hill Bend? I think he can, Yes, he is. So the B car is up into second and very nearly into the lead past Finn Groom.
Oh, he had a little snoofty down there, but that just shows you getting the inside line for that corner. And what a great move there by Neil Dudman in his B machine. But Titch Kelsall still not that far away, and I wouldn't think it'd be that long before Lee Scott will be on the tail end of that train.
Finn Groom's not had a win before, has he? He's had third places. I don't think he's had better than that. Well, he certainly didn't last year. Maybe I
think he had a second at Snetterton.
Yeah, the year before, I think. But not had a win.
Oh, he's never had a win. This will be a fantastic result for this young man. Again, that's another young man. He's, I think he's 20, 21, something like that.
Yeah, 22, I think.
And his dad is Rick Groom. He's grown up in the paddock and just showing his father how to do it.
Well, he's not done it yet, and he's got Neil Dudman, who's also not had a win before either.
Yes, they're going to be itching for that trophy. And there he goes, Neil Dudman. Oh, a little bit of a rub there as they went round the Druids hairpin. Now that's compromised. Neil Dudman's expert and Jason Hazelhurst. And then we've got Lee Scott, Titch Kelsall. We've got two people side by side. This is going to end in tears. He's got the Titch Kelsall. Wow, what a move to stay there. But no, Lee got that faster exit onto the Cooper Straight. This is all getting rather tense.
Top 6 as one. Then you've got Stuart Cleveley on his own in 7th. I think Lee Scott could still win this race, He's the canny old character there. He's been doing this for a long time, whereas the 3 ahead of him have got much less experience than he has. Hazelhurst has won a race before, but Dudman and Finn Groom haven't, Kelsall hasn't, and Bradburn also in the top 6 hasn't.
I can say from experience, when you see that number 72 in your mirror, you're very nervous. You know he will pounce. he would just be waiting for a mistake, and if these guys keep staying as close as they are, that could happen.
Fantastic race this for the Vulcan Racing Classic Stock Catch Championship. It's Groom leading, Finn Groom, number 91 leading from 48, Neil Dudman, 12, James Hazelhurst is third, and Lee Scott trying to go around the outside of Titch Kelsall there.
Oh.
So those two side by side. Who's coming? Yeah, it's Scott ahead at the moment, isn't it, of Kelsall?
Yeah, Titch Kelsall is not making it easy for Lee Scott to look at these first 3 places, but here we go again down the Cooper Straight. Entering this very fast corner. We're going flat out, top gear, about 80 miles an hour around that corner. It's an incredible manage. It's all a little tap there from Neil Dubman saying, I'm here, just let me in. But no, Finn will not let him go. And this actually looks like that's favoured Finn there. I think that tap, I'm wondering if Neil lifted off a bit. And now he's got a little bit of a gap, which is perfect for this straight. As the 205 GTI, it gets his extra burst of speed towards the straight as they come. He goes for the inside line round Paddock Hill. Now, can Finn hold it round the outside? They're going side by side down this straight. Now, the problem is the hill is going to favour the 205 GTI with its extra power. And now James Hazelhurst is trying to get behind him as well on the inside of Finn Groom.
So Dudman now leads. It's Dudman leading, Finn Groom second, James Hazelhurst is third. Exactly as you said, the power up the hill favoured the 205. Groom could do nothing about Neil Dudman, who's already pulled out 2 or 3 car lengths as Finn Groom is trying to get his elbows out and keep James Hazelhurst behind. Hazelhurst is going to have a look up the inside to Surtees.
Yeah, there they go. No, Finn has been kicking himself. You can see a little dent there in the wing. There's a bit closer contact than we saw, but he'll be kicking himself. But it's all part of the learning curve as Neil Dubman starts to go away. Lee Scott's gone the inside of James Hazelhurst. Can he get the momentum out? That's a difficult line to take. No, if you take that inside line, you have to get it so right because the car on the outside has the better momentum.
4 laps to go then as they go on to lap number 12 of this race. It'll be a 15-lap race. It is still Neil Dudman leading, Finn Groom in second, James Hazelhurst in third, Lee Scott fourth, Titch Kelsall fifth, Jack Birdburn sixth. The top 6 covered by 2.1 seconds.
Oh, Titch, he's definitely trying to rattle Lee Scott there. He was weaving left and right, trying to make Lee do a go offline, but no, Lee has not been going to be fazed by that, Titch.
Round Graham Hill Bend for the 12th time then. It's Dudman and Groom. And there was 0.6 of a second between them at the start of the lap. It looks like it's less than that now.
Now, that's interesting because Finn has managed to stay with Neil Dudman, but James Hazelhurst is just dropping off a little. He's got to be very careful because he'll be in those clutches of that white XR2i of Lee Scott.
Yeah, and he's got Kelsall behind him, and when you're in this situation, it's hard to know whether to defend or to attack, isn't it?
It is. It's very tricky as you get towards the latter stages. Hopefully you've weighed up your competitors over the previous laps, but and there we go. There's a great guy. That was a quick shot there of Alan Dooley. He definitely is the epitome of classic stock catch. He's just here for a slow drive. He really, as long as he finishes, he doesn't matter. Oh, and Finn Groom was having a little snifty up on the side of Neil there, but he didn't quite have the legs on the top of the hill. But if Finn puts his head down, here he is. Better exit. But he's on the wrong line. He's going to try and get the cut back on the Cooper Straight. I think hopefully for him the 205 go wide. No, he cannot. But he's definitely getting closer to that Dubman machine. But then James Hazelhurst, he's now back on the tail of this train.
Yeah, last lap, Finn Groom did the best lap of the race, 58.911, which was, I think, faster than yesterday's fastest lap of the race as well. Lap record for these cars of 58.32 for Lee Scott, so we're not going to get close to that, I don't think, as we're now coming up to the end of lap number 13, so 2 more laps to go. Can Finn Groom do this, do you think, Paul?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to predict commentator's curse and all that, but Finn, if he just keeps his head down, if he can pressure Neil a bit, maybe he can force Neil to make a mistake. Now, you can see there that the Groom machine come out a lot bit quicker out the corner, but he just lacks the legs, but he's coming on the braking. Oh, don't go too wide, Finn, because James Hazelhurst in that lovely-looking 205 will get on there. No, they drop back a bit. Now we're back at the front again. We've got Neil Dudman, got Finn Groom's mirrors. He definitely knows what an XR2 looks like. He's got a better exit. He's got slightly bit of overlap as they go onto the Cooper Straight. This is a fantastic move, if he can make it pay.
And it looks like he has done, yes. He's gone through.
But there's still an overlap there. Here comes Neil Dudman again, under brakes for the clearways. But look at that understeer. You can see Neil is desperately trying to get that car turned in.
Well, one of these two, if they win it, it's going to be the first win for both of those. Hazelhurst, as I say, had one win several years ago at Silverstone. They're about to go on to the last lap. They've dropped Jack Bradburn now, but 5 of them still together. and 5 of them in potential contention. If there's a mistake, anything could happen.
Yes, it could, and it just see a good demonstration there. The XR2 lacking the power, but then getting a lot better under brakes as Finn is looking for that first win, like Neil Dubman. Now we've got Alan Dooley, the back marker. What if this will play? Whether Neil Dubman could get round him successfully.
Yeah, he's just ahead. They'll just about catch him, I think, as they come up towards the end of this race. They probably need to not to be distracted by him, though, because they might not catch him before the end of the lap. Around Graham Hill Bend they go, and along the Cooper Straight. I don't think they are quite going to get to him, are they? As they turn their way through Surtees for the final time, it looks like Dubman's going to do this.
Oh, yes, I'm really pleased Alan Dooley if he doesn't. His only goal is not to be lapped, so this could still be good for it. But here we go, Neil Dubman, Finn Groom. It looks like Neil Dubman's just got the legs. Finn Groom's desperately trying to get into the slipstream of the 2:05, but he's going to lack the legs. I think Neil Dubman has got this.
He's coming up to the line now, Neil Dubman up to the checkered flag, and he takes the win in the Vulcan Racing Classic Stock Cats Championship by just over a quarter of a second from Finn Groom, who has another podium finish to add to his collection. Here's a battle amongst the Novas as well. You've got Pete Osgoby and you've got Ewan
Lintz
there.
He's only 17, Ewan Lintz.
Yeah, you've got him there as well, and Darren Bassingthwaite also in that battle. Ahead of those is going to be the car that takes the check flag, that was Jake Wood, so he comes across the line in 11th place.
His first ever meeting, and he's found himself in 11th position. Oh, that should pick the whole family up, the whole PDC crew. Well done, Jake Wood.
Yeah, absolutely, and holding family honour with Jason sadly eliminated with that incident at the first corner of the race. But a wonderful spectacle and a great advert for Classic Stock Catch, that, Paul.
Oh, that's what Classic Stock Catch is about. As I said earlier, there was the Groom machine was Rick Groom machine was lacking a drive shaft. Another competitor lent him that. I see Rick there finished in 9th place. He can be pleased with that. Yes, and you say we've got father and sons out there. It's just what that Classic Stock Catch is about: cheap, fun motorsport for the whole family.
Where are you next out?
Right, next we're out at Silverstone on May the 11th. That'll be round 2. That's a one-day event, so we'll have 2 races in one day. I'm looking forward to that. I do like the national half. I do prefer it to the international half. It's always exciting. It's one of our fastest circuits. We get up to 110 miles an hour on that very short circuit, but I'm really looking forward to that on May the 11th.
Let's have a very quick look at the results then. Thank you very much, Paul, for that. It's Neil Dubman then that took the win at the end of 15 laps in his Peugeot 205 GTI number 48. Second was number 91, Finn Groom in the Ford Fiesta XR2. 0.268 seconds behind. Third was number 12, James Hazelhurst, half a second behind the winner, number 12. Fourth was number 72, Lee Scott in the Fiesta XR2i. Fifth, number 89, Titch Kelsall, and sixth, number 97, Jack Bradburn, all 3 of those in XR2is. Then it was Stuart Place, Stuart Cleveley, Rick Groom and Ted Cooper that rounded out at the top 10. Ahead of Jake Wood, Darren Bassingthwaite, Pete Osgoby and Ewan Lintz. And then further back still, Tom Lintz and Alan Geely, who completed his objective of not being lapped during the course of that race. Let's head down to the podium area now, where we will have a word with our top 3 drivers.
So down in the pit lane with a new winner in the Vulcan Racing Classic Stock Cats Championship, Neil Dubman being congratulated by one of his team members, and we will try and grab a word with Neil if we can. He's being congratulated now by Finn. Neil, well done, first win in the championship, but that wasn't an easy race.
That wasn't an easy race because I had everybody to contend with. Yeah, it was interesting, very interesting. Never led a lap before, yeah. So it was really good to. He got back past and I got back past him again, so I think it was a really good battle. But yeah, it's a bit nervous at the sharp end of things. It's really exciting. But massive thanks to Joe Green Transport for mechanicking me for the day and giving me a pep talk this morning, because I wasn't a bit disappointed with 6th yesterday, and everything came good today. We tried a few different gears in different places and it worked really, really well. So thanks to Schaefer Racing and Absolute Alignment for the win. Amazing.
Well done. Have a word with Finn if we can quickly. Finn, 2nd place, so close to the win.
Yeah, that was my first time leading for that long, so very difficult. Just looking in my mirrors the whole time basically. But yeah, Neil got past. Peugeots are just that little quicker on the straights. I kept catching him in the corners, but if you can't get past, there's nothing you can do on the straight for it. So, but yeah, 1 place better than yesterday. So yeah, well happy.
I guess you might be leading the championship as well. So well done.
Yeah, possibly. I hadn't even thought about that yet. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, it probably is, isn't it? So.
Well done, James Hazelhurst was third. We won't get to speak to him because cars on the grid already for the next race.